What's happening, everybody? I see we have some people in the chat already. I'll get to you guys in a second. Testing out a new setup. I will be working on the background, but I've moved my office again. So it's a work in progress. Bear with me. The original one would have only had this picture behind me in the background, but it's gone a little bit widescreen on me. Anyway, onward. Today we're going to chat a little bit about ARMWARS. We're going to chat about the preparation for ARMWARS. I do want to talk about sponsors right off the top here, which is, of course, we are always fueled by Supplement King, Portage la Prairie. Uno 5. You saw the table review. Link is in the video description on this one. Please go back and check out that table. It's amazing. And of course, Western Survivor beef jerky, the best beef jerky on the planet. You guys hear me okay? And let me know in the chat, please. And let's talk about staking. Head over to armbet.net and check out the staking that you can do on Alex and I. We remain. I am sold out on the left. He is sold out on the right. And we have each sold a little bit on the other arm as well. So looking to get those other arms, the first block sold out so that we can open block 2. Also in the video description of this, the ARMWARS merch. So support the arm wrestlers, check out the merch, pick some up if you are so inclined. And I appreciate you doing that. I think my nephew was the first one that picked up one of the ARMWARS shirts. So I'm curious to see what it looks like when it gets here. Hopefully it gets here before the event so I can check it out. Otherwise, I'll just see them when I get over to the UK. Billy Berg in the house. Winston Hughes, where's the Manitoba Frenchman? Okay. Carolyn, good to see you. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Now, you guys throw some questions at me. Let me know what you want to talk about, and we will talk about it. I did a post in one of the Arm Wrestling Uncensored page that is getting quite a bit of attention, and it was about spouses of arm wrestlers being added by everyone, and if it is appropriate or how people felt about it. Didn't really express an opinion, but it came on the heels of Victoria getting yet another request today and saying, who the hell is this person? And I look and it's an arm wrestler that I am friends with on Facebook, but don't know if I've actually met. And I've got quite a few of those people on my list. Check that out. It's an interesting talk. There's some pretty strong opinions on both sides of it. So, ARMWARS. Trained this morning. I have one more workout. One more workout tomorrow morning. Everything I've done this week has been ultra light. We're talking rep ranges 20-ish and not too fatigue. Just going through motions, getting blood and muscles, getting healed up. And I am happy to say that every little nagging injury I had is gone. It's healed. I'm 100% going into this. The only thing that could impact me at all, and it will never be an excuse, is travel. Sitting on an airplane for a guy like me that long is not fun. Now, the one thing that does bother me the most is in the lower body. It's the knees. So that's not going to impact me arm wrestling. It's just going to make me very unhappy and grouchy to be around for the first little while after I get off the airplane. And of course, the battery of tests and all that business that we have to go through in order to get there is a fun time. But we're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting there, hanging out with Alex, and then crushing him twice. Well, actually 12 times throughout the 2 days of the competition. But if you haven't checked out the Arnold Sports Festival page for the UK, it is something else. Like, it might actually be better than the Columbus one. Other than that, tomorrow's workout is side pressure. Dabble into the mid-rep ranges maybe a little bit. Just enough to feel it. And then nothing but rest. Massage on Monday, leave on Wednesday, and get back the following Monday. Fast and furious, basically flying to the UK for a weekend, which is crazy, but you can't really do a whole lot over there right now anyway. Come back, hopefully with a little bit of money in my pocket, and if not, so be it. Regroup, regather, and go from there. What do you guys want to talk about? There's 6 people in here now, a whopping 6. I feel like I got shadow banned because my channel views have gone down significantly. Billy Berg, most definitely the woman that take arm wrestling serious should be added. That wasn't the question though, Billy. The question was, should you just be adding spouses of arm wrestlers, even if they're not involved in the sport, as more than a spectator or supporting their husband? Now, the one end of the spectrum, you have, let's say, Jody Larrett and Rebecca Todd, who are extremely involved. I'll use Rebecca as an example. She is friends with most of the arm wrestlers. I chat with her from time to time. I don't ask Michael permission to do so because I feel like I don't have to. That's our relationship. On the other side of it, there are arm wrestlers that feel like that would be inappropriate. And I don't want to say too much on this subject because it's kind of lit up on that other page and still getting comments. Hey, Billy Berg's exactly like you're explaining it right now. 100%, Billy. I appreciate that. And the beat goes on. All right. And the beat goes on. 2 flexed arms. Right on. So what do you guys want to chat about? It is a Q&A show. So let's go with the Q. In the meantime, if there are none, it will be a very short show. Here's what I will tell you as far as news goes. Matt Mask and I had a match lined up. We had it lined up. We had agreed to it. It was scheduled. We were waiting for terms. And instead of getting terms, we got a cancellation notice. So there you go. Matt and I had both agreed to arm wrestle in November at West Edmonton Mall. And we were waiting simply for them to send us back the terms of the match. And the match got canceled, and here we are. I know World Arm Wrestling League had tentatively approved it as well. So it was good to go. It was good to go in a match that a lot of people wanted to see. Potentially with some momentum after going through with all the business of me going out there and the supposed sneak attack on Matt's guys, with Matt not coming to the event, not being able to come to the event. Billy, do you have any Portage shirts left? As in the Portage Arm Wrestling Club, Billy, we have oh shit, Matt, that's a good question. I'm going to answer that in a sec. Do you have any Portage shirts left? Billy, you can buy those if you go way down. There's a Teespring link in the video description. That's where you can pick up those shirts. Matt Schultz says, at practice, if you had to rate yourself at a 10 out of 10, what level would the closest training partner be in Manitoba? Ooh, man, that's interesting. That is a really hard question because you have a guy like Robin Boyacek who hasn't been coming to practice because he's a farmer, so it's his busy time. But his press is an 8, but maybe not other moves. I would say probably at the moment you're looking at Andrew Grant being next closest. And without trying to be too mean to these guys, I gotta say that in the shape that I'm in at this moment in time, 5 or 6, I think it is. And if you're doing the same scale 6 months ago, maybe 8. Billy, who is fastest besides Ben? What match do you want next? Well, it's a good question, because originally I wanted Matt Mask next, but I know that match isn't going to happen. How do I know that match is not going to happen? Because Matt, his vaccination status will prevent him from going to the United States. His province will prevent me from coming there and having an event. So unless we wanted to do it at the Bellich Ranch, where it's just a few arm wrestlers together, it's probably not going to happen. He is who I wanted next. When I get back, though, I do have a couple of matches in mind. I really, really want. Okay, good questions. I really, really wanted to pull with John. I was going to call up John Brzenk and see if he wanted to have a right-handed match. I was actually going to very respectfully contact John and see if I could line that up. There are a couple of other guys that I would like to pull pretty soon, and one of them is Corey West and Eric Spotto has been on the radar as far as really killer, up and coming super heavyweight guys. Eric's been around, but his power is incredible. I won't be calling out Chance again. He doesn't seem to want the match, so I'll just leave it at that. Can we get a 405-pound Pancake Espy versus Levon left-handed match? Would be epic. I got to tell you, and the beat goes on, the hardest name in the world to say. But I don't think there's anyone in North America that can beat my left hand right now. I just don't. And that includes Travis and Cody. And I would be happy to prove it. So in March, I'm supposed to pull Cody. But if Travis can beat him in February, I would love to quickly, as long as Travis isn't hurt, set up a match for a very short time period after that. And I would go down to the States wherever he wants me to go and pull Travis. Carolyn, on your Facebook post, I'm old school, so let's say I don't seek out add Facebook friends or Arm Wrestling Uncensored. Random people add me, but I would never dream of adding their spouses. That's what I thought. And actually, one of the guys that commented on that thread was the guy that was this morning. Victoria said, "Who the hell is this?" And then Carolyn says, people adding Rebecca Todd, I would say, is a different animal, just my opinion. But I'm old school. I don't add people. Yeah, Rebecca is different. Like, she's super involved and actually is an arm wrestler. Preacher arm wrestling and hopefully Cody left-handed would be cool sometime next year. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to pull Cody either arm. And even Derek Smith, like Derek, says he's feeling pretty strong. He's just crushed Tom Nelson. I would love to have a right-handed match with Derek. And I have a feeling that when I get back, I'm going to be getting some match offers. If I go over there and get slaughtered, maybe not, but I don't think that's going to happen. Is this the most I've weighed my arm wrestling career weighing at 375? It is close. I weighed 388 at one point, but it was not the same type of 388. 388 is my all-time heaviest. But as far as strength goes, this version of me is the strongest. By far the strongest. Like, there's no other version of me that would be able to compete with me right now. Do you party arm your right hand, or do you train both equally? I train both equally. I'm 6'4", preacher arm wrestling. Thank you, Billy. What else you guys got? I mean, there's a million matches out there. I mean, before COVID hit, I was supposed to pull Todd Hutchings in World Arm Wrestling League. And I think it would have been Todd Hutchings, and then it would have been Matt Mask. Now, if the league gets fired back up, when, if the Matt Mask match has not happened by then, it will for sure happen then. They will not re-offer me Todd Hutchings. They will probably jump right to Matt Mask, especially all the developments that have happened and the back and forth between us that has happened since the world kind of shut down. How many neutral grip pull-ups can you do? I have no idea. At least a few. So now that your heavy training is done, you're doing lightweight. When will you stop and rest completely? Tomorrow. I will train my usual 6 a.m. At 7 a.m., the rest officially begins. Matt Schultz, do you think it disadvantages you that the nearest training partner at your level is over 1,000 kilometers away? Well, they're actually not. They're just across an international border. But in Canada, yeah, they're over 1,000 kilometers away. I don't think it disadvantages me. I think if somebody like Matt and I trained together all the time, it would elevate both of us. So I guess, yeah, a little bit. But I mean, most of the top guys don't have the equal guy to train with at all times. So you do what you can. I've adapted to it. You know, you pull in a deficit, you pull many guys, you eventually get tired, somebody pins you, and you move on. It's no different than anyone else at practice. It just takes a little bit longer to get to the level of fatigue where it's beneficial. And then once you get there, then you got to start thinking and utilizing technique. Okay, Carolyn, for the super chat. Thank you very much, Carolyn. So happy for your trip to ARMWARS, and may great things come of it. I appreciate you. Thank you, Carolyn. Do you think it disadvantages you? Then I already read that one. And the beat goes on. Will we see an Espy Larrett match before the end of 2022? Would love to see that, both arms. I'm up for it. Devin probably has a singular purpose in 2022, that being Levon right-handed. I would pull Devin, though. If offered the match, the answer from me is always yes. Devin, you cannot say anything negative about what he's doing. He's going to end up pulling for the #1 spot in the world, I think. And that should be his focus. And when he is finished, what's that next? Maybe he retires his right arm for a while and he trains the left and takes that spot too. Billy Berg with the $10 super chat. Billy, thank you so much, man. And Cody Merritt is in the chat. He says, I'm glad you're the strongest you ever. I hear Cody is the ugliest he's ever been. I don't know, Cody. Every time I see you, you seem to top the record. And I love you, man. Carolyn and Ryan is the and the beat goes on. Carolyn and Ryan is the unexpected friendship of the year. Yeah, we had a rocky start. We sure did. Yeah. Billy Burke says, just because I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Hopefully, we can get out to your place for a practice once we get back from ARMWARS or wherever you guys train. What else you guys got? I'm getting messages all over the place here. Sorry, guys. Work. Work guys needing some attention. Preacher Arm Wrestling. Met Cody at TAL2 last year, and I'm new to the sport, and he is one of the most humble and nicest guys. Cody is a nice guy. He's such a nice guy. Cody is the best. He's the #1 arm wrestler left-handed in North America. And he's clinging to that spot for dear life. Carolyn. Oh, he says, she says I was coming off a shut-in and broken ankle and super grumpy early in the year. Arm wrestling brought me back to health and forever grateful. Well, right on, Carolyn. I forgive you for all of the stuff, and I hope you do the same to me, even though it was really harmless banter. Are you going to go live out there in the UK? Nope, coming back right after. My family's here. My wife's not coming with me, and I will miss her incredibly while I'm gone. Ward's talking to Billy, saying he's coming to a practice. You're welcome, Carolyn. Who do you guys want to see matches with? I mean, Cody, we can do ours earlier. I want to hear if Cody Merritt can tell me if the match with Travis is still a go. Match says if you could assert your dominance left hand in North America, maybe a Larry Wheels collab would be possible in Dubai. That would be fun. I would love to go to Dubai. It's one of my dreams to go there. And yes, I think I can do that. I think the only one that can get in my way are Cody and Travis. Oh, live stream. Sorry, buddy. On the Beat Goes On. I'm going to be going live frequently during the event because the Arnold's is the most interesting place in the world to be. You get to like hang out with GSP and a whole bunch of guys like that. Apparently Khabib is going to be there. Bisping's going to be there. Lots of fighters, lots of celebrities, lots of sports people. Stallone, Arnold. Going to go live from the apartment that all the arm wrestlers are staying in as much as I can. Shoot video of Alex cooking me dinner, and we'll see how that goes. But Neil Pickup is apparently going to go live on his channel for the arm wrestling matches. However, he's also going to have it edited into a show. So I've seen some of the stuff he's thinking of doing. It looks pretty amazing. And pretty excited about it. Carolyn, have you ever arm wrestled Porkchop or Evan Burgoyne? Porkchop and I have never been at the same event together, as far as I know. And he being more new to the sport than I am, our paths just simply have not crossed yet. However, he and I will for sure be arm wrestling, as well as Evan Burgoyne, at the 2022, which originally was the 2020 Nationals, been delayed 2 years, the 2022 Canadian Nationals that are in Winnipeg. As far as I know, both of those guys are coming. They'll both be in the super heavyweight class, and I'll be there too. Cody says the match is still on. As far as he knows. Oh, and Evan and I, to finish off with that question, Carolyn, Evan and I have been in the same event, but we've not run into each other. And the last time, I believe, was UAL 9, which was the Mike Gould Classic. Evan pulled. We did not run into each other. I won the event, and I don't remember where Evan placed. But we have not met up on the table. Hope you get to meet Big Z. I actually have met Big Z. I'd love to see you collab with Larry. He seems like a natural lefty on the table, so getting time with you could help him a lot and getting your name out there a little more. Well, there is a plan that might happen. This is a slim inside information, just slightly possible plan. And that is I might go down to Michael's event at the end of November and hang out with him for a couple of days. That would also mean that I would probably be pulling Corey West in the tournament. Carolyn, yeah, that Nationals is going to be amazing. How do you think a match between Pork Chop and Mega Mike would go? Mega Mike being which Mega Mike? Who are we talking about, Mega Mike? Because when you say Mega Mike to me, I think Mike Gould. So you answer that question, and then I will finish off my answer to yours. And then when we were over in the UK, we're going to the Giants live event. Yeah, Corey's a powerful guy. He concerns me on the arm wrestling table, mostly because of the unknown. Canadian Chihuahua. I don't know who Mike Coburn is. Uncle John, I'm looking forward to seeing you too next week. Hopefully your bus gets there on time. I am flying right in to Birmingham. And Uncle John, I need to chat with you a little bit about the happenings of next week. Who you got, Corey versus Toddzilla? Man, I don't know. I'm gonna say Corey. I'm gonna go with Corey. You know, I'm trying to think of who Todd has pulled lately that hasn't been trying to top roll him. And I just can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I don't think Corey's going to try to top roll him. I think he's going to go right inside. And I think Corey might have too much power in there. Carolyn, a little bit of encouragement for Uncle John on his bus ride. Does anyone know they have Uber over there, right? Because once we get there, I'm actually splitting an Uber with RVJ to go and get, or a cab with RVJ to go get our second COVID test a day after we get there. So, yeah, there's a battery of tests. All right, guys. Well, we have hit the 30-minute mark, which is about what I wanted to do today. And I'm going to try to do the same thing, possibly from a laptop in an airport somewhere in Europe, maybe Frankfurt, on the way to ARMWARS next week. So Last call for questions, ladies and gentlemen, and we will close it out today. Canadian Chihuahua, good luck. All right. I'm excited. I'm not even nervous. Birmingham, England. That is where it will be. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you all, and thanks again, everybody, for the super chats. And we are out.